Breaking them down, tearing them up. I just can't get enough, just can't get enough.
Hey, what's up? I got another review here for you. So I have a Jiabaile drift car, 143rd, and I have another Jiabaile drift car, 143rd. Now, the difference in these two is this one has a gyro, this one does not. So this is the earlier version. This is the one that has a gyro. I played with both of these. They're actually really cool. Let me get them out of the box here and I'll show you a little bit about them. Okay, so the first one up that we have is, I love the car, this little guy right here. Now, I'm not going to take it apart or whatever. You've seen plenty of reviews on these here. Just going to run them in this video here. I purposely missed the opportunity to review these because honestly there's so many of them out there at this point. I just thought they were cool, so I bought me some of them and I play with them from time to time, so I figured what the hell, I'll go ahead and put them on the channel. Come with these little crappy remotes. They take 4 AAA, and then they've got a little screw there that holds the bottom up closed anyway. These kind of feel good in the hand. They're easy to one-hand drive anyway. Nice foam part on the wheel here. You got trim functions, all that jazz. I think those are like speed buttons. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played with them. Now, the newer one I got with the gyro is this guy. Now granted, these cars, I think when I bought them they were $20–$30, something like that. They're not expensive at all. They charge it by USB at the bottom, USB-C, and if you just use a regular USB-C, you know, you don't have to do a fast charge or anything on it. Again, both of them comes with the same type of remote. Yeah, those are the little 43rd cars. Now this one here, the 36, that's a crawler. These are drift cars. Which the drift cars are really cool, but it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to find a little area to play with. I mean, you can play with them on the floor and stuff, you know, but I like to set up like a little track or whatever. Sometimes it's a little difficult to find an area to do that in, but you know, it is what it is. Now, before I open this up here, I want to show you the other ones are Jiabaile, or however you say that. So this one on the front here says Volrush or RC. I believe that's the distributor because, where did I see that at? Here we go. Right there it says Jiabaile, whatever the hell. And that's kind of hard to see there in the light and everything there, but I'm pretty sure they're made by the same company. Yeah, so let's just get this guy out of the box here. I'll show you all about it. Now this one's the one that I'm a little more excited about, I should say. I'm going to put this on my little course I have hanging on the wall, the one I built for the Orlando. I think this is going to do really good on there. Yeah, so I got the gyro turned completely off. Let's turn it all the way up, or let's add some more speed. Here we go. See if that does anything. It's pretty damn fast. I should have made a little bit bigger area. Anyway, you get the point with this one here. Wow. So let's turn the gyro up and see if that does anything at all. Ooh, okay, it does actually. So it kind of keeps it straight, so that's kind of cool. This one is a lot easier to drift with, so different controller. Now you will notice that my steering trim is off, so let's see if we can trim it. Yep, trim seems to work just fine. Okay, so let's see what the differences are. Both of them's four-wheel drive. I'll go ahead and turn that off to save the juice. Both of them is four-wheel drive, but on this one here, no gyro. So if you're really looking to drift, this is probably the easier one. Now the other one will drift as well, but okay. And this is the crawler guy here. I gotta figure out how to work these lights. I know it has lights, I just don't know. Maybe it's this. Ah, there we go. You gotta turn that switch on there. And I guess maybe that one. Yep, that one tells you like what you can do with it. So let's see if it has indicators. God, thank God. I don't like those damn things. So it's got hazards and regular lights. Alright, we'll go with the regular lights. I like that. So I got it set, pretty low as it'll go. Let's just see what kind of crawl we get with it. Oh yeah, that's obviously already better than Orlando. Yeah. Now this turn down here is made to be like a, I don't know, like a 5 or 6 point turn. That way you have to back up several times just to turn. It's made really tight on purpose. But it still doesn't change the factor that it gets a little aggravating. And that's the whole point, is to try to trip you up. But if you're patient, you can kind of get around here. Might be more like a 9 point. I don't know. This damn thing, I feel like I'm turning forever. Then you work your way around on those little rocks. Now, we got two options. We can go through or above. I'm pretty sure it'll get above. I don't see that being a problem. I want to see if you can get up over here. So let's go through. Let's get up off of that first. Alright. See if it can fit in there. Ooh, okay. It does fit. Cool. And the lights actually give me a little bit of light. That's pretty cool. Again, tight turns. Making our way up pretty well. Till we get to the top there. We've got to turn a little bit. I think the bumper's catching. There we go. Alright, so now we have a decision here. We can either go up around this way or try to work our way up over here. I think the harder way is to try to back up and then work your way up over there. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Just kind of put it to the test a little bit. See, what it's made of. This was always really tough with the Orlando, and you kind of use the ramp there to drag yourself around a little bit. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. Like right there. And you're going to put yourself in a pretty bad position here in just a minute, but you will eventually work your way over, ever so slightly, which is, you know, the challenge of it. See how I'm already starting to get over pretty good? I got to keep that wheel up there though, so that's the trick. Try not to fall off and drop your wheel. Now, on the back of this one here, I do have a little rubbing with that wheel in the back here. Basically, I'm trying to go back down the ramp the way that I came, and it takes, you know, a little bit of effort here on my part without wrecking the car. Okay. So now that we got ourselves turned around, which was really tough, we got to work ourselves over onto that ramp. The only way I know to do that is to go over here on the side and just kind of keep working it like so. Eventually you'll get yourself lined up where you can start up the ramp like I'm getting ready to do now. Now this ramp's kind of steep and it's kind of slick too. So we might need to work on tires or something to get up it, I don't know. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe I just spoke too soon. Well, looks like I'm starting to come off of the course, so back him up just a little bit. Now see how I got the rock there in the way? I mean, it just makes it a little bit challenging to try to get through. It looks like it's going to be easy, but it's not. And then this bridge turns, so that's obviously another issue to deal with as well. And then when you get towards the end here, you got to make a hard turn. So far, so good. It's doing really well. Now it gets hung up on a lot. You know, this is a Jeep. It doesn't have a lot of clearance. But all Jeeps are that way. The Orlando's that way. Any other RC Jeep I've had has been that way. So we're almost off the edge with that tire, but I think we can stick it on. Yeah, there we go. Kind of bring them over and around. Now this part here can get pretty tricky. What I like to do is come over to the side and then back up. At least with the Orlando it works. And that's what I'm comparing this to. See if we can drop down slow enough not to hurt anything here. I think we lost it. Yep. Okay, so let's try that again. That was actually pretty fun. Now I'm noticing a steering issue. When it gets in a little bit of a bind, it seems like it's a little weak. So fixing a steering on something like this might be a little bit of a challenge because there's not a lot of options out there. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of go over that this way, kind of keep that back wheel down, see if I can finagle it around this way. Now the Orlando, another thing I have to remember too is it has a lot more weight on it than what this truck does. The Orlando is quite heavy with the metal frame it has and metal body. This has a metal frame, but it does not have a metal body. It has a hard body plastic, and you know that'll give you some advantages in certain areas, but areas like this it might kind of hinder you. Okay, so once I learned how to drive this thing, it's actually doing really well. As you see, it doesn't have a whole lot of turning radius, which I kind of knew that anyway. The Orlando doesn't either. Something at this scale, I don't think the servos are too great. And as you see, that's full lock right there. So start down this hill. And there's your drag brake. Just kind of let it hold there. I mean, guys, this is actually pretty good and pretty fun. I can't remember what I paid for this, but it sure wasn't very much. 40 bucks or something. So I kind of like this. It's set up good. As you can see, the steering is off a little bit, so let's see if we can fix it with our trims, which we can. But as you see, we don't have a whole lot of turning anyway to begin with. There's just not a lot there. That's your regular wheel speed. And one thing that will be an issue, and it's like this on the Orlando too, is these tires like to come off the rim pretty easy. They're not glued. I don't particularly like to glue them either because I'm constantly changing them around. I had several little tread patterns I was trying out before I lost them. I had about 4 different sets, and I don't remember what I did with them. So when I find them, I'll probably be trying them out on here as well. But there's your slow speed. Let's crank it up 1 notch. A little bit faster. Crank it up again. Okay, so it's got 3 speeds. So you got that speed, middle speed, low speed. So obviously the low speed is what I would go with. If you get in trouble or whatever and you need a little bit of wheel speed, you can crank it up. That's actually pretty cool. I think that's going to be pretty capable too. And for the fact of it being brushed and being this good, I really enjoy this, guys. Might have to see if I can find some parts to kind of upgrade this, because this is really nice. Let me crank up the speed, and we'll just kind of shoot off of here. Yeah, so see, you can power through when you need to. See if I can get over here. Yep. Okay, so now we're stuck because I don't think there's enough room in there. I did want to show you one thing though. So, see how dark it is over there? Look at this. That's pretty cool. Let me turn my light out here. You get the light actually shining in there. So let me turn the lights off. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I like that. So yeah, I plan on building more courses like this. And honestly, this course here is really a specific course. I made it for the Jeeps, and without getting too crazy on everything here, going up these ramps here and adding some traction and stuff to it, maybe in specific spots. But I kind of like the way this turned out. Again, it's an older track that I got that I made for my Orlando, and I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. So maybe I won't change it at all. I don't know. Now when you get up over here, one section I didn't show you is you got a lot of stuff over there that kind of hangs you on the bottom there. I just think that that's a little bit easier to get around than it is over here, because you got to really turn the truck around, which is really difficult. The only thing you really got to contend with over here is once you get over here, you got to get your turn, and there really isn't nothing to kind of stick you until you get up here. And then you possibly, you got enough clearance until you come down here, and that's when you start having a little bit of crunch time issues. Obviously over there there's a little bit too, so I kind of like this little course. And this little truck, man, guys, you can't beat it for like $40-something. I mean, you don't get anything like that performs that well for $40-something. I mean, you can honestly take this thing off, the body off. You can switch things around if you want. You can get another servo, maybe something that has a little more oomph to it. I can 3D print a crap load of parts for this. So it might be something that I do. I don't know. We'll just kind of have to check it out and see where it goes from here. One thing I'd really like to get is some better shocks on it. I obviously think shocks are really important. So I'd like to get a decent set of shocks on there, maybe get a little more flex. And that's really all I would complain about. And you can't really complain, man, for the price. I mean, honestly, these two here are amazing for their little drift capability. And then obviously that one down there, which is the box for this guy here. So yeah, man, you can see I really enjoy these minis here, and they just keep getting better and better. The Jiabaile or Bailey, or however you say that, if you haven't checked them out, they're super cheap and they make good fun. They really do. I don't know how far you can upgrade them, but we'll start diving into that because this little crawler over here, it's very capable the way it sits. So I'm pretty excited to start diving into it. So yeah, man, I'd say 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, something like that. I mean, this guy is pretty good. The only thing that I would ding it on would be the fact that it's got friction dampers. Um, but again, at that scale, nobody's really even worked on that scale too much besides toys. So that's pretty cool. Um, Even the lights and everything working the way they do, that's a really nice addition. I really like that. So um, yeah, hats off to them, and I will definitely be getting more of these cars. These are super cool, super fun, and plenty capable. I'm having a ball, guys. What are you guys doing?